you can spend that 800 gold. But let's check Nocturne again, right? 67. So what did we say? He had 63. Now he has 67. So he's done one camp. Okay. He was only in his jungle for a very short amount of time. Did not come out with blue buff, meaning he did either wolves or gromp. Okay. That's what we've established so far. Right? Hey guys, what is up? Pope Zano here, back with another VOD review. Today we are looking at a bronze Bel'Veth player playing in the jungle. So yeah, let's get right into it. I mean, like I repeat all the time, guys, like I'm about getting into the details. This type of thing, and this is not about telling bronze players you're too dumb, you're too bad to understand something. No, we're gonna start getting into the details, because if we start playing the game correctly, we're gonna climb, right? No matter what. So it looks like they're trying to invade here, which I guess I don't mind too much at this elo. The only thing is that typically we want to be doing this with 4 or more. But let's go ahead and see what they do. I think they're quite strong. Oh, what is this ward? Okay, so let's just go back here again. So our Bel'Veth is the one that decides to ward this, if I'm correct. Yep. Our Bel'Veth is the one that decides to ward this, and so I would just say, my friend, this ward is going to do very little for you. Obviously, at the end of the day, like you will see if, you know, when he goes up this way, which is fine. But overall, if you're going to drop a ward like this, I mean, you may as well just drop it into this pit, or you may as well actually just walk through here and drop a ward here, or drop a ward here, right? These are all going to be a little bit more useful for you as we're getting started off here. But no harm, no foul. Let's see how he decides to path. So Bel'Veth can definitely full clear, but she can also definitely gank early. Same with Nocturne, so there could be some sparks flying. The thing is, I really like this pull. Okay, good job on the start of the clear. We pull red buff all the way down here. That's what we want to see. Using the E to clear out those minions. You didn't need to auto attack this one. It would die to your jungle items, just a heads up. So, okay, we do spot out Nocturne, right? So we know he's here. If we press tab, we know that he has 8 CS. If we press tab, we know that he has 8 CS. He's about to have 12. That's because each camp is worth 4. Okay, so you did a really good job pulling red, but you could definitely pull and be killing raptors around here. Okay, so we make our way up. Haven't seen anyone yet, but hopefully we're watching that Pantheon did use Ignite, right? If we're watching our lanes. Likewise. Likewise, yeah, we're watching some trading going on in the mid lane. Again, so you're doing a good job mostly of how you clear. I'm very impressed to see this. I just like to see you being a bit more consistent with that on all of your camps. But overall, good job. So I guess like the play here, guys, right? As we're doing this type of clear, we want to be seeing, you know, where exactly can we go to, right? So if we're watching top right now, I hope we're watching that. This is what we know, okay? This is what we know. Nocturne started bot. We know he's clearing towards top. He is not shown on the map yet, and we have full cleared all the way up, meaning that Nocturne basically guaranteed has done the same. Maybe if he was super quick, he's going to be on this crab, but we should know very, very well that Nocturne is going to be top. So what I'm looking for you to do here is to come top and cover your laner, who is heavily trading here, right? We know, again, based on all information that we can gather from the map. So this is what I'm talking about a little bit. As we can see, you kind of get a little bit too locked on the crab here. I would have actually liked to see you walking up this way, because in my head I'm thinking Nocturne is going to be here 150%. Right, there's no secret knowledge going on here. Cassante ends up being okay, which is fine. But now that we see Nocturne, and we know, so we know that obviously they're fighting top. Okay, this is looking like a really good gank. Let's see how you play this. Q, W. So I think overall you played that quite well. I actually really like how you played this. Like, Rumble was not paying attention whatsoever. First off, good gank path. I think a lot of players would have liked to sneak in through here, and then you're just not quite behind them. Obviously, this is better. We want to be behind them, so well done. So the QW to reset the Q. Like to see that. Good dodge on the W. Overall, well done. So what I'm looking for here is we don't want to leave, right? So again, we have information. We can see that Nocturne's pathing down here. We know this for a fact. We don't want to leave our mid laner in an awkward situation where he's trying to shove this in before the next wave that's up here is going to make it, right? He's very low, and Talia can definitely stay and throw at least a Q, right? Maybe a W, something like that, in order to fight. So you leaving here, you're actually leaving your Rumble out to dry big time. So I'm really worried for Rumble here. Hopefully he can see... Okay, Nocturne decides to base, so that's good. Nocturne, or Rumble kind of gets a freebie off here. I don't mind going for Crab because you kind of did, you know, you had a reason to cross through mid. So I don't mind doing Crab here, but insta base. You should be instantly basing here. Come on. There we go. So looking for this, it's just unless you're willing to basically Q flash W, something like that, it's probably not going to work out too much. Okay, so it's just I actually think, like, you in your head you saw how this could go well, which I appreciate. Like, actually looking at this, so like if this guy is master tier, then I'm probably okay with this gank because he's gonna commit everything as well, right? You can Q, flash, and W on top of her. He's gonna flash and use all of his abilities plus ignite. There is a good chance she dies here, but it requires both players basically playing it perfectly in order to get the kill. You know, after you take Crab, right, and we know that Nocturne was top, okay, he was just fighting our top laner, right, we know that he full cleared, so he had 24 CS, plus one minion, that this is a plus sign, by the way, don't tell me it isn't, then of course, obviously, that's what gives him the 25, so we know that Nocturne is going to be coming out of base and coming to his bot side camps, which are the only things spawned for him. So what I'm a bit concerned about here, right, if this is a bit higher elo, is basically what happens in this situation is because you're forcing basically a high risk, high reward play, is that if it doesn't go well, which we know it doesn't, you die under turret, Nocturne could potentially be able to, you know, gank bottom, or himself come and gank mid, or maybe just sneak in and take one of your camps, right? This is very possible just because of the timing that we're on right now. So I don't mind the attempts, but you're leaving yourself really, really open to some bad things here. So Nocturne doesn't get in on the kill, that's fine. And you did see him. So you're gonna spot Nocturne on this, right? So what I want from you here, because you should be paying attention to the map, you need to be pinging danger, 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 okay? We see this ward, right? We know for a fact that you can see Nocturne. Should be pinging danger here. Mid laner's gonna back up. Looks like you're gonna start clearing again. So here, this is where, you know, I'm going to talk about this in my jungle guide coming out tomorrow, but as a champion that can gank early, as Bel'Veth absolutely can, she's really strong at ganking early, I want you to be thinking about, like, where do I need to be in order to counter another ganking style jungler like Nocturne can be, right? You're kind of both like the full clear ganker style. What I want to see from you is just a run straight here, okay? This camp doesn't matter right now because it doesn't give you level 5, it doesn't give you an item, you just spent your gold, right? You're at maximum, basically, gold efficiency right now as far as having spent everything. I want you to literally recognize this type of fight and beeline there. Why? Because we know, we have seen Nocturne on vision, right? Multiple pieces of vision that he is bot side. So I'm concerned right now that Nocturne is potentially, you know, going to basically arrive here, through either through here or through river, or maybe he can come around here, whichever way. You need to be here. This is like textbook potential counter gank. Neither you or Nocturne recognize that this is possible, so you know, it's okay. But I'm just pointing things out to you, right? These are things that we need to start to think about here. So you clear one camp, and now you're looking mid again. You know that she doesn't have flash. Really nice. Okay, this is basically what I was talking about, just with bot lane. Like, so you didn't do it here, but you're going to do it mid lane, right? So overall, yes, you clear your camp, you start walking up here, and you're clearly looking at this. This is fantastic to see. All right, you see the trade happen. You know that she doesn't have flash. You're able to come in. The only thing I'm going to criticize you on here is you're not pinging at all. You need to let this guy know. This is bronze, right? Your teammates probably aren't going to realize that you are walking into their own lane. It's probably still, even in platinum, sometimes your teammates don't realize this. So I want you to ping. I'm on my way, on my way, on my way, right? Spam ping so that he knows. Because at the end of the day, you want him already to be walking up to come assist with this. Overall, though, you play it pretty well. Good job. He still flashes, which is hilarious. Okay, so Nocturne is on Dragon. I don't think there was a way for us to know he was doing this. Yeah, so sorry, just going back here. After this, you need to help shove. Look how low this guy is, right? And we don't actually know where Nocturne is. He could have gone towards top lane again. We're not sure. He could be hanging out here. He could have base. We're not sure because we haven't seen him after he went back into his own jungle. And you know, basically your mid laner, you're hanging him out to dry again. He's very low. You need to help shove this all the way in. And then I would say both of you just base in this situation because you're kind of low. And you also, if we check your gold, you have another 600 gold. This is definitely in, you know, the value where you can, you know, go ahead and buy some more long swords or whatever it is you're able to afford at that time. Come back out on the map again with full resources, full gold spent, right? Okay. So we're about to realize that Nocturne did Dragon, okay? So what is your response here? So he's done Dragon. We can be reasonably sure because Dragon went down. Because Dragon went down, how long that takes early. Was that your ping? It was, I think that, I don't know whose danger ping that was. We couldn't see there. But because of Dragon going down, because you knew that he took his bot side camps after you died, I would have actually liked to see you maybe look for an invade there and steal away a camp, but it's okay. It's a bit nitpicky. Alright. So you finish your camp, you hit level 6. Alright. Sorry about that, guys. Just needed to get a glass of water. Okay, so we base here. I'm not a super big fan of the base because we actually had a little bit too much information to base here. Like, things in League change, right? So after you get this kill and you come back over here, I wanted you to base, right? So that you get that reset off, you spend that gold, and you can be back out of the map with just more pressure overall because you're stronger. Now here, you decide not to, but you're level 6, okay? And we know for a fact that Rumble is getting killed here. Look at Cassante. I want you to either make the choice to stay and help this guy, or you need to ping him off. You need to ping and type and say, hey, they're coming, back up, back up, back up, back up, right? You know, like, it's all too obvious, and so this is the type of thing. I know you can't actually see them at this very moment because Rumble's now dead, but you saw both of them kill Rumble right here, and now Cassante's pushing up, right? It's very clear that they're probably going to go and gank Cassante here, and while it's on him for not paying attention to this, it's on you at least in some part because you're not attempting to communicate that they are coming top, okay? And this is part of jungle, right? Part of the adaptation and understanding is being able to communicate with our teammates what is going on. We can't trust that they're going to be looking at the map, but we need to be looking at the map. Okay, so here we get a little bit distracted. I really like that you're thinking about Herald. It's amazing. It gives you 300 gold early. This is insane, especially when you consider that you're going to get tower plates with it most likely. But in this situation, we should be thinking to ourselves, hey, look at this fighting that's going on top. If we can go top right now and get this kill, then there is zero chance that anyone can contest the Rift Heralds, right? So generally speaking, when it's something this free, I would like you to just go there. It's good that Cassante gets the solo kill, but at the time, you can't just kind of guaranteed know that, right? Now go top, go top. Okay, very nice. Ooh, really close on that W. Good smite. Close. Does he die still? Not quite. Good flash, good E, yes. Now you can pick up the coral. Ooh, I would not drop Herald here. Do not drop Herald. You need to get out. Just a bit too sketchy. Okay, if they're gonna go in like this, maybe. Okay, so you're playing in a way the type of aggression that I like to see. What I would like to see you do here is, if you want to turn, like Pantheon uses his W, you use your QW, and you go in, you want to use your E, that's fantastic. I actually really like that. But your team needs to be, you know, understanding that you're going to do that. Okay? Especially in Bronze, they're not going to be anticipating this type of thing. And so while you're running this way, I want you to be pinging that you're on your way. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, right? You're pinging like crazy on top of their head so that your teammates know that you want to fight, right? I do like the aggression though, I truly do. Oh my goodness gracious, that is not good. Not good, not good. But it's okay. More than enough time to do something here. Okay, your Ashe is absolutely smurfing the game, so that's good. Okay, what do we... So, again, I mean, we see that Nocturne is going all the way under our turret while we're walking up here. Like, of course, we can't see him right now, but right here, now you can see him. You should definitely be turning around here. You are straight up stronger than him. Look at his mana. He's a bit low on health, right? He has no ulti. You gotta notice this and turn around on him. Like, look at what the heck is this guy doing? He is dead here. He is for sure dead here. So just make sure that we're always checking our minimap. Okay. So this is another kind of good time to point out that when Nocturne or any enemy jungler you see, you know, a lot has happened in this game, right? We're at about the 12-minute mark approximately. There's been a lot of fighting, a few clears that have gone on. You probably have not been tracking the CS, and even for me, there's times where I lose track of CS count, but this is a good example. So let's establish a new baseline, okay? And we're going to be able to determine what Nocturne has done based on the new baseline. So right now, if we check, he is 63, okay? So next time we see him, let's remember that number, the number of 63, and it's going to basically help us identify what he's done. And by the way, we know from the vision that he has walked up through here. Not just this, but there's a ward down here as well, right? Okay. So you're thinking about going bottom here. Let's see. I like this. You're clearly watching the map here. This looks really good. Very nice. Here's Nocturne. Okay, we're still fighting. I hope you get out here. It's looking a little sketchy. Good slows by Ashe. Just keep running, keep running. Hopefully that Q comes up off cooldown. Okay, you're alright here. So in this situation, I don't mind a base. You can spend that 800 gold. But let's check Nocturne again, right? 67. So what did we say? He had 63. Now he has 67. So he's done one camp. Okay. He was only in his jungle for a very short amount of time. Did not come out with blue buff, meaning he did either wolves or gromp. Okay. That's what we've established so far, right? So here I would go and drop a ward on Dragon. It's very possible that he's doing it. Let me just back up here a little bit. I don't... from what I've seen, I don't think we saw a Nocturne leave the vicinity. Okay, so Dragon was checked there by Ashe. I don't mind you looking here. I'd prefer... I hope you just get the CS. Yeah, this is a little... It's a little sketchy. Okay, you're able to heal up a lot. Man, Bel'Veth's E is crazy. Okay. So now we're starting to waste a little bit of time, right? So you were doing a good job at the beginning of being a bit more pointed, but now we're starting to do the wander. So we kind of come out here again. We look, we saw that dragon isn't being done. That's all good information. I don't mind even trying to look to see if Talia is going to do something silly. But when she shows that she's going to back off, I want you to be more pointed. Let's go. Let's pick up the CS that's lying under tower, and let's go straight back into our full clear, right? If that's the situation we're in. Now, in this situation, you need to ask yourself, which side do you want to path towards? Is it bot or is it top? So after coming down here, I would actually be going towards my top side, and I would path back down this way because dragon is up. At that time, you're going to be healed to full HP, and then we can maybe look to fight dragon, okay? Okay, so your team goes and fights. So what do we know of Nocturne, right? He had 67. He's done 2 camps. Okay, so now he's done 2 camps since we've seen him last, at least as far as we know. Okay, so now you're pinging on the dragon. They're not there. I don't... Like, I'm not the biggest fan of this dragon, just because... I think just because the pathing to get there was weird, but I guess, like, when you're there, I don't mind that it's actually happening. I don't know if that makes much sense, but that's the way I'm thinking about it. Like, I just don't like how you ended up in this situation, but I don't mind that you decided to take dragon there because kind of the whole map reset, but your lanes were out first, so I don't mind. Or at least, sorry, your bot lane was out first. Okay, we see Nocturne again, right? He had 75, so now he has an additional 8 CS. Okay, so he's done 2 camps top, right? So since we've seen him last, he's done 2 camps, and he just came out from top. No blue buff on him, right? We know he did his Gromp and blue at least a little while ago based on the CS count, meaning he has 1 camp up top. If we're keeping track this whole time, we know for a guaranteed fact 1 camp is up top, which is either going to be his Raptors or his Krugs, okay? So in this type of situation, you can go up here and be fairly certain that Nocturne is probably going back into his jungle to take that 1 camp. In another situation, you could use this information to, you know, do Rift Herald, for instance. Like, maybe you're like, okay, he's probably going to do that camp in base. If you're fairly certain about that and you have lane priority, sure, do Rift Herald. Or maybe you see him and he's only got, you know, half his HP. Okay, well, you know for a guaranteed fact he's going to be going back into his jungle to do that 1 camp. Time to invade, okay? So these are just some of the ways that we need to start considering and thinking about the CS. But I think we're making the right call here. We're going top. Use W, use W. Oh, we were a bit slow. So just as a mechanical reminder, you should be able to, because Pantheon's ult is a channel. If during this, if you were to Q, like if you just queued forward, if you queued forward and then use W to knock him up, he's not going anywhere, right? So just, I guess, being a bit quicker on the animation. Let me make sure you had that up. Yeah, you did. Let's be a bit quicker there. Okay, so we know that Nocturne has 83. I like this invade. Again, I don't know if you were doing that based on CS count, but overall, that was the correct decision, in my opinion, to invade, because we know that Pantheon is gone. He just uses ulti to get away. So I like that invade a lot. Okay, so they're going to fight him. You're going to get Herald. This is starting to look really good. Our team is definitely playing pretty well. I think you're playing pretty well too. Just some... I would call you fairly inconsistent right now. I think you definitely have what it takes to get to silver, to maybe get to gold one day. But I think we need to start taking these good things you're doing and just make it more consistent across the board. Okay, so we go and fight Nocturne. Yeah, I like this. I mean, at the end of the day, like, we drop Heralds, okay? Good job dropping Herald mid, and the thing that I really like about this, Heralds is basically a free priority marker. At the end of the day, even if you're not getting turrets or you're not getting a tower, it is basically a flag you're planting in a space to taunt enemies there, right? They have to respond to this. You're forcing their hand. And so by forcing Rift Herald in here, you're actually giving yourself kind of like an artificial priority on the lane, meaning I really like this invade, going for his camps, trying to catch him out, okay? So overall, this is well done. Again, I don't know if you are doing it for this reason, but I'm explaining to you why I like some of these calls that you're making. Okay, do you have a ward here? Is my question. You do have a ward. As we can see, you know, with this fight, when he's going to walk in here, you should drop a ward right at your own feet, because you're gonna keep vision of this, right? Especially with Bel'Veth Q, you're gonna be, as we see, you're gonna be in and out of this bush, and you're just gonna make this fight harder on yourself. Drop a ward in this bush. This ends up being awkward, and you miss a lot of auto attacks for that reason. Okay, and we do escape. Yeah, I don't mind it at all. I would have personally based a little bit early. I would not have based in here, but you do escape. I would have based much earlier than that. Okay, you do die. I don't fully understand the decision to like go up here and around here. I would have probably just gone down here, knowing, because we saw Talia back in base. It's far safer to base in that bush there. Okay. Alright, so, I mean, in this type of situation, guys, right, where our team is down, how do we play towards a win con, right? I guess the question is, what is our win con in a game like this? For those of you watching, you can pause and try to figure it out. What is the win con in a game like this? So, let's press tab, okay? We can kind of get all the information this way. So, I can't use my marker and press tab at the same time, that's alright. So, look, we need to be checking how our allies are doing. In this case, Ashe is doing extremely well. She's doing phenomenal. And so are we. We're doing well, right? We're strong, but Ashe is very strong. She's got Trinity Force and Kraken Slayer already. She's 5-1, doing really well in the CS department. So I want to see you start to play around this Ashe, because both of these two can set you up so well in this game, all right? And these are the two that are going to help you carry this game. Okay, it's not going to be the Rumble. It's definitely not going to be the Cassante top. He's hard losing that lane, which is not just his fault. That was part of the triple kill earlier. And so I want you to start giving a lot more priority to playing down on kind of this side of the map, right? Looking towards dragging, looking towards bot lane. Let's use our champion strengths, which is ganking and skirmishing, combined with our carries strengths, the lane that's doing well, which is CC and setup, and obviously the auto attack damage. So here, you are playing towards a potential win con, but it's far too hasty. You need to help Ashe, who is a major win con for you, get into a situation where she can help you. So what I would prefer to see you do here is, as this wave is going to push out, instead of going in here, I would love to sneak into this bush or clear out vision here. Basically, look for a fight, look for a gank bottom, and you can guarantee you'll win that just because of how strong your Ashe is. And then you can use this win con of your bot lane to help you with a greater win con, which is like Dragon Soul, for example. So you do have to blow flash here, and I guess you're going to look for a steal. Nice. Overall, well done. Like, well done on the steal, but you, like, I guess you're putting yourself in a situation where you're forcing yourself to have to steal, right? Let's just try to keep it a bit simpler here. I think you're playing well, though. I think you're playing well. You definitely have what it takes to hit silver, but let's just get a bit more consistent. Okay, we're running straight towards bot lane. Actually, I don't mind running straight towards bot lane here, but it's a bit scary. Because I like you playing around Ashe here. Okay, does he go down? Okay, he does go down. We're going to start scrapping the Nocturne here. Keep autoing, keep autoing. You got to try to kite, though. Okay, Maybe got to work on the kiting a little bit, but that's okay. So overall, I liked that you originally went towards bot lane, like way back here. Come out of base, start making your way towards bot lane. Scuttle Crab is also fine to get. The only thing that I don't like, once again, it's the exact same mistake you made with Dragon. You're making it with Scuttle Crab. You are playing close to your bot lane, but you're not playing around your bot lane, if that makes sense. You're close to them in theory, as meaning you're on the same side of the map as them, but you need to be enabling how strong this Ashe is, right? So just going here, she can't help you whatsoever. So if something like this happens, like imagine if Nocturne was here too, right? You could be in serious trouble here. I want you instead to be, you know, looking to come down to this Ashe, maybe tower dive this guy with you know, your Ashe is CC and your Leona CC, then go and take Scuttle Crab. So try to identify these win cons, play closer to them. Okay, so we know how this goes. You end up going down, team does die. Honestly, you might not like this very much, but I do think that team fight loss is your fault. Nice, good job. And that's not a way to say like you're playing bad or you just like did this horrible thing, but it's just a way to recognize, you know, we need to be playing closer to our strongest team members. Nice. So here, look, 2 are dead. You need to be pinging Baron. You need to spam ping Baron. This is where you take control again. 2 of them are dead, 28 seconds apart, okay? You guys can run here in like 15 seconds and have a full 15 free seconds to be doing this. It's looking very likely that you get it. So, similar to pinging, like, you want to turn on somebody, you want to gank somebody, I need to see you communicating a bit more. Okay, we're going to push mid instead. At least you get something here, but we just end up going a bit too deep. Alright, let's see how this goes. Okay. You know, like I don't even mind the attempt honestly at all. Again, I kind of like your aggression. I just think we need to learn how to hone it a bit better. And unfortunately, what happens here is your over aggression is gonna cost. It's gonna cost big time, right? So, again, I sound like a broken record, but it's about these win cons. Like, in some sense, is when you get the kill here, is taking 1 turret and maybe getting a 2nd turret, is that what you want to use like a huge advantage of killing, you know, multiple members of the enemy team, right? I think the answer is no. Really, you want to go for the big thing here, which is Baron. So try to be, I guess, always cognizant of like what is the biggest thing we can take. In late game like this, or at least mid to late game like this, death timers are long enough where you can definitely be thinking about big objectives like Baron. And so it's just a matter of recognizing like, oh, we just got a big advantage, let's go straight to Baron, right? Okay, so let's see how this fight goes. So I think this fight we have a bit of mechanical issues here. Let's see. So here, I don't think that you need to Q on top of Lucian, and I say that because he's completely stunned. Look how long he's stunned for, right? So you Qing here is actually kind of just a waste of your Q, because you're not going to be able to go forward again unless you land a W, which I don't actually see you use. I would rather you just literally walk up, because what's going to happen here, right? What's the enemy team going to do? In this situation, Morgana's just going to throw her Q in a straight line. This guy's going to try to leap on you. If you actually Q in, you're in between 3 of them now. This CC is going to really get the better of you. Rather, I'd want to see you just walk up here and start auto-attacking this guy from this position, and you can use your Q left and right until Lucian's dead. Then you can kind of take the full engage. Right now, you're not really full engaging. You're just using Ashe's CC, and unfortunately, it does get you killed. So just a bit of a mechanical thing to think about. So let's speed it up here. till you spawn again. Alright, we're going straight to Dragon here. See how we play this. QW, auto-attacking. Okay, who's our priority target? Turn on Lucian. Yeah, that's fine. Ashe does get it. Huge. Oh. Pantheon gets a dragon. That's okay. He should die here. Okay, what do we do? It's Baron. It's Baron. It's gotta be Baron. My friend. My friend. You see, everyone is dead. No one can contest the Baron. If you spam ping Baron, 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 and you run straight there, you would have more than enough time to go and take that huge objective. You get 1,200 gold for your whole team. You get combat power. You get the pushing power. It's so insanely good. Ashe is gonna die here, and then we go down here. So again, like I would say like 50% of the time you're making a good decision, and then 50% of the time you're making a detrimental decision. And I would really like to work with you a bit more on getting rid of these kind of high risk, high reward type decisions that you seem to make quite often. Because ultimately this ends up being the downfall of your team, right? So the red team does what you guys should have done. They take Baron, and this is more or less going to be it, it looks like. We end up getting caught out, and yeah. So it looks like they basically just run it down on your team, and that's going to be it. So look, I just want to reiterate as the game just kind of plays out and finishes in the background. We need to be far more consistent with the decisions we're making, and that includes, you know, I said this at the very beginning, it includes how you're clearing your camps. It includes paying attention to the map, because there's times where like you are very clearly paying attention to the map. I can see it happening, and there's other times where it seems like you're missing things that are relatively obvious, and that's okay. You know, that's part of the learning process. But let's get into the habit of consistency with these good habits that we're doing, some of these good things I've pointed out to you. And as well, let's play more towards a win con, right? Identify that Ashe is very strong. This is someone we can play towards. Identify that Baron or Dragon Soul, for instance, is something that we can play towards. So when we get a significant advantage, we're not thinking about, oh man, what should I do? Who do I play around? Where do I go? But we know, okay, we want a team fight. We got to pick. Let's go to Baron. We want a team fight. We got to pick. Let's go to Dragon, okay? But overall, man, I think you have some of those tools to really start working with. Well done. I think you're gonna see some success if we get a bit more consistent. Guys, if you enjoyed, please leave a like, leave a sub. I'm going to be bringing you guys so much more educational content. I have a how-to jungle guide part 2 coming out tomorrow, and look, I love doing this type of stuff. I hope you guys enjoy it too. Pope Zano out.